Hello, and welcome to a very late live stream. This is the Abusecartoons Livestream. Oh, sorry, the camera's all out of whack. Yeah, so I'm really sorry for the... Oh, and I've probably got this turned way up. Let's see. Is that better? Okay, we'll go with that. Yeah, sorry. So, yeah, huge technical trouble. I'm dealing with Windows updates and Dropbox. I think I have a failing hard drive that's connected to a Dropbox sync, and so it just randomly deletes files. So I've just spent hours and hours restoring files, and I share the files for the stream, the little tape and all the little signs and things. I share that on Dropbox with all the machines, so just in case I need to stream from somewhere else or need to reconstruct this somewhere, I have it. And I turned on the streaming and all the files they didn't exist. So I went back to Dropbox and found out that, just thousands of things are randomly deleted because I guess some hard drive is not writing or something, so it just deletes it on the website, on my account. So it's really ridiculous. And the timing's a little suspicious because this just started happening. It could be a coincidence with if it is the hardware failure, but this just started happening when they upgraded my account by, basically raising the price. They doubled the size to 2 terabytes, but they upgraded the account, and then suddenly I'm having these problems. So it was just a weird coincidence that they called my attention to more space, and then suddenly just things are disappearing. So I lost like 100 gigs of files, just gone. And okay, and I can restore them, but it's selecting the files and restoring them, and it's not ideal. So it's very frustrating. And I see a lot of file deletions anyhow because I use Audacity to edit podcasts. So that creates hundreds of files for versions, right? So every time you make an edit or make a little change, it ripples through and rewrites, different versions of that file. So, you're constantly deleting things that Dropbox has backed up. So I get notifications that you've deleted, 10,000 files or whatever occasionally. But this just started happening, and now I'm noticing that it's actually graphics files. It's not just Audacity, save files or temp files. So completely ridiculous. But anyhow, welcome to the live stream, and thanks for watching. Thanks for joining, and please feel free to bother me in the chat. I'll try to keep an eye on that. Twitch is probably a bit easier, but I'll try to keep an eye on that and answer anything. So feel free to interfere with the creative process. But yeah, so sorry, this is very delayed. So it's probably 2 a.m. for a lot of people that are usually trying to watch this at night. So I apologize for the technical problems. There was just nothing to do to get around it. I had to get that sorted out before I started the stream. I could have just delayed things till tomorrow, but I think my schedule is going to tighten up tomorrow, so that may not have worked anyhow. And then we would have just had this mystery floating stream session. And I apologize, too, to the patrons. I haven't been posting the live stream links as regularly. I need to be more active with the Patreon to get everything up there. But good news for the cartoon. I was invited to the Okinawa Comic-Con. It's kind of small. It's on the Foster Army base, or again, no, not Army, Foster. Oh, I don't even know. Is it Air Force Base? In Okinawa. And it's an open public event, so both Japanese citizens and American citizens can go on the base grounds to attend the Comic-Con. And it looks like there's a little bit of cosplay. It's like a tiny, very local Comic-Con. But I've heard from people that have attended in previous years, it's only about 3 years old. And I've heard from people that attended in previous years that it's a good show that people are very welcoming and friendly, and it's very easy. And the table prices are very reasonable. It's only a day show, but compared to Tokyo Comic Con going up to thousands of dollars, it's just ridiculous. An artist alley that's thousands of dollars. That's not an artist alley. They're kind of missing the point, and I think Japan is really good at doing that when they try to co-opt, foreign things. They kind of miss the point about, oh my God, about why you would do something or what purpose it serves, and it's just a cultural difference. I mean, Japan does not care at all about amateur artists or artists in general. You're trying to give them some outlet or some way to connect to fans, I mean, it's just crazy, the kind of music scene here and the art scene. There is so much exploitation. I think I've complained about this before, but art galleries like literally rent square meters of space on their walls for artists to exhibit. They don't find artists, represent them, and produce shows. They are just a space rental for whatever. So you get a lot of weird old lady cat art and just nonsense in galleries because they don't care, and it's just they've kind of co-opted what would be a gallery district or an art market with just some garbage. And the same with live music. A lot of the kids in bands here, they have to pay decent fees for using live houses. So there's like a live house system where you have to pay money to play there. And, you try to bring people in. And I don't know if you can actually make money. I think you might be able to. I'm not sure. I don't know I've never done it, and I've only heard kind of third hand the situation. But you're paying. The musicians are paying for the chance to be on stage instead of people looking for new music and putting them on stage. So, yeah, it's ridiculous. But hey to M, my daughter, who just had a birthday and just attended the SAC anime. So she's been on the stream a few times before talking about doing shows, and she just messaged me. That's what that noise was. And so she did SAC anime. Sorry. She did the SAC anime, which is in the Central California, and we talked about that before. But her stuff is getting great, and I'm getting so envious of how nice her booth is looking and everything. She does a really good job. I like sharing a table, and the two halves of the table are very well decked out with all their goods. Anyhow, that threw me off. But so it's weirdly exploitative, and the same kind of thing is happening with doujinshi scene, the kind of amateur comics scene. There's people that kind of exploit it by just drawing. They develop a fan base by drawing known characters, kind of slash fanfic kind of comics versions of things, and they get followings doing that. So that means a lot of it's erotic, and then they have these shows for amateur artists, and people attend. They don't gouge them with the price. I've already gone on and on about this, but they don't gouge them with the price of the tables. It's all very reasonable, but the artists themselves there's kind of this understanding, and it's probably been the same price for like 20 years, where it's like just coins. It's like 3 coins, 4 coins, so 100 yen coins, around $1, like 85 cents or something. They're printing these books for 200 yen and selling them for 300 yen, or selling them for 200 yen. Like, there isn't any thought of actually trying to make a living at any of this, and it's just for attention and contact with fans. And it seems, I just see a lot of very sad people with no sales at those shows, and it just feels very exploitative. Oh, sorry, everything's running a little bit slow here. But so that's very frustrating. So it's nice to see, at least, because this is run by the military, the MCSS. So I think it's the Marine Corps, like services. So they seem to have a better idea of what a small con should be, and it looks like they have a nice tone. And there's like a stage. I think it's just in a large gymnasium, and there's a stage for cosplay performance and stuff. And yeah, they kind of get it. I think they know, because it's probably some American geeks, some military geeks running the show. They kind of know what people like to do at a Comic-Con and things. And because there really isn't, I mean, the manga shows, the Comiket and some of the big shows here are just brutal. Everything is just so many people. You don't feel the population density until you try to go to a show somewhere in Japan and see how many sweaty, unbathed geeks there are. Yeah, sorry, everything's running a little bit slow here. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's not going well, but I'll keep at it. But yeah, so it's not a bad thing. So I'm excited about. So I'll try to post pictures and stuff about that, and I'm trying to figure out. I definitely want to do another Citizen Spaceman before that, because it's October, so hopefully I can make that happen. But I'm wondering if I should do another collection of the domestic abuse, because it's been a while. It was the first 1,000 that the first collection was taken from. I mean, it's a considerable amount of work to put that together, and I might do like a smaller format or a different type format. But it might be worth doing. I'll have to take a look and see, like, based on where my cutoff was for the last book, if the stuff is even any good to put together. But yeah, it's a considerable amount of work just to do the 80-some pages that I did in the last collection. But I really want to do something new. I guess Citizen Spaceman will be good enough. And I'll bring prints, I guess. That will help too. The A4s of all of the cartoons. Ugh. So we shall see how that goes. But looking forward to it. Never been to Okinawa, so that should be a fun thing to see. Oh, come on. Yeah, so I'm curious, how Hawaii it feels and how different it feels. And I've had some Okinawa food and alcohol and things on the mainland, on the big island. So I've liked most of that, so I'm curious. Yeah, how the authentic thing is, and if it does actually, because that's a very funny. I mean, there are two different cultures, and Japan just kind of occupied, kind of took over Okinawa. The same with Hokkaido, like in ancient history, and maybe not ancient for Okinawa, but it is a Pacific island nation, so you have like the more island time, like Hawaii or some of the places. So it's a more laid back environment compared to the very tense and very over considerate and very punctual mainland, or main island. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm just curious about the difference. Oh, but now I'm drawing some bundled towels, trying not to make them look too strange. Oh, yeah, so, yeah, very frustrating to get started today. I was not expecting it to be so. I mean, all I expected it to have to do was get the camera and microphone set up, because it always gets used for other things. We keep doing live streams and podcast stuff, so I keep recycling. It would be so nice to have a fixed streaming thing and a fixed streaming thing over there, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that ever happens. But yeah, so thanks for joining. I'm sorry, let me take a look. I'm on the wrong page again. Oh, come on. Oh. Already lost all of the excitement. But yes, so thanks for tuning in. Yeah, the only frustration is, there's only access by air. I'm used to like taking the train to Tokyo or Kobe or something, and having a pretty easy time bringing, shipping boxes and goods and stuff, and this is going to be a lot more difficult if I want to actually send anything down there. I don't think it's going to be as easy to deal with. I don't know what these are. Let's try something else. So we'll see how that goes, and hopefully they have like friendly. I don't have to send it to the base. I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to see. They haven't given any details about if we need to ship anything, like where to ship them. So we'll find out, because I don't think I can bring everything myself. So I'll need some help with the delivery services. All right. Yeah, there we go. So some fabric. I think I've just done fabric sheets, haven't I? Softener sheets. Yeah, it's strange. There's some of the grocery stores around here, especially if they have like the import section or something, will have American imported laundry detergent and fabric softener and things that just for the novelty of it, because some people that have traveled abroad, that's the first thing they notice is everyone's clothes smell so strong, and the perfumes of the just the detergents and things are very American style, very soapy and very bright and strong floral kind of smells. Very different. In Japan, it's very mild, and because I think a lot of people are very sensitive to that. But they do sell that as for the novelty of it. There'll be a small section of imported stuff, and the funny thing is, after being away from that for so long, it does smell intense. I mean, you really do notice the difference, and people are trying to, I guess, cover a more personal smell. And Japan, the smells are more subtle. I mean, there's a weird like old man smell, and there's definitely everybody farting on the train smell in Japan, but otherwise not a lot. I mean, there's fish, fish shops and stuff. Because there's so much seafood, there's the seafood reek. But other than that, it's really mild, and people don't perfume themselves. I mean, when you see foreign guys on an elevator, and you get into the elevator and you just hit with that wall of cologne, that's like really rare here. It hasn't really been a thing, and I think just because it makes so many people sneeze or irritates their eyes. But okay. So maybe strange effect on towels might be a funny thing to be doing here. I'll maybe just merge these guys down. Boom. Wow, everything is really slow. So it is shocking when you're away from that. Like, you don't realize, wow, how strong a perfumey, fragrant culture, and how different it is, to foreigners. They notice that, and it's immediately, wow, that's very American smell. I have no idea what went wrong there. Okay, so I think I'm going to have, come on, really, everything's really bad today. Okay, let's try this. Boom. And did it happen? Maybe. Possibly. Oh, wonderful. How about this? Jeez. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's in front. I might just, do some towel stacking, so. Let's see. What's going on? Yes, I don't know. Oh, come on. I don't think this day could get much worse. Spill my coffee would be wonderful. All right. Okay, and I think I want to redraw this whole side here. Not in white. A little bit better, I guess. Okay. Maybe a little bit, but not so it looks distorted. There's some other horrible shapes here. Yes, there are, and they are horrible. Okay, this is very odd and abstract here, but maybe we'll go with this. Yes, so Okinawa Comic-Con hopefully will be fun. Let's squeeze everything a bit. Yeah, it's very difficult to keep all of this. All right. Oh, there. Some odd towel imagery. Oh, boy. So, seriously? I guess my timing was pretty bad. Well, thanks for tuning in. Oh, goodness. Yeah, well, and please remember that all of these streams are archived on both YouTube and Twitch if you would like to. If you'd like to see them, and if you'd like to support this cartoon and get some wonderful things in return, like signed art and books and goods and things, please visit patreon.com/abusecartoons. All right, mid-roll ad. There we go. So what's going on here? Oh, I just watched Godzilla, King of the Monsters. Yikes. America has no idea how to make a Godzilla movie. And Japan's, movie system is so broken that they have difficulty making good ones too. I mean, Shin Godzilla was awesome because it was so different, but I don't think you could sustain a series of that. I think that, that tone and everything would get a little tiresome after a while, but as a one-off and kind of an idea that kind of came from an anime mind, I thought it was a really interesting and unique way to approach that. And especially, I was hoping it was going to go a little bit further, but especially after the Fukushima Tohoku disaster with the power plants, that it would be Japan the same way that they were reacting to the I'm blanking on the island, the Marshall Islands. I can't remember the islands that were where there was testing going on in the 50s. The same way that they were, reacting to that kind of, ripped from the headlines kind of stuff. I was hoping that they would be a little more, obviously critical about the government's handling of that disaster, using Godzilla, because there's not, Godzilla can't really make a very effective comment anymore, about kind of the original intention. But or I don't know about this, but it was an interesting opportunity to do that. But it was pretty weak, but I think that's mostly because political speech is very controlled here. I've heard, especially by foreigners, but I've heard that people have had art removed from galleries and exhibitions, because it has any sort of political content. So it's not easy at all to have a very strong political voice, critical of the current government. You can be, pro-nationalist or, green or whatever. But if you're going to criticize the current, government or I guess Japanese culture, kind of the status quo, you're going to be silenced pretty quick. They don't have much patience for that. And I don't have much patience for this computer. All right. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I gotta set things up a little differently here. This is getting frustrating. And snow cones are not that big, are they? It's been forever since I've actually had a snow cone, not the kind of Japanese version of it. I think I'll just do that in color. So let's see how we're composed here. Make things too big, but they should be bigger than that. Yeah, I've had the bad habit of I think going a little big, a little too big with the objects, and not kind of killing that isolation that image that I kind of had going. I'm gonna get rid of all of this unused garbage. Boom. Previously. So let's see here. So let's do blue and red snow cones. Oh, I should try to do something interesting with this, but I'm sure I won't. It just, sorry, let's put this up as far as we can. There we go. Yeah, I'm just having trouble seeing the keyboard, so I'm like doing this to see under the monitor. All right, there's a snow coney color. That one too. Oh, but this one's gonna boom. Yeah, do that. But let's try a interesting paper color. What's happening? That's exhausting. There we go. How about this color? Thank you. And how about put it here? Whenever you're ready. There you go. Let's get this color back, and let's go back to the layers. Yeah, I gotta figure out how I want to create the look of ice. Trying to think. I'll put some kind of design maybe on the snow cones too. Maybe orange. There we go. Let's do this a little more to match that. All right, so now I need some, well, let's do shadows first, and then I'll need to figure out how to do some sparkles and things. Okay. Make a lot of wrinkles here. All right, so do some of this to get the texture, and then I think I'm gonna have to go in with just white. Is this just white? Could be. And all right, let's try that. Yeah, I guess that's close. Okay, the other thing I wanted to do is melting. Oh yeah, I guess I should just put that under the, put this under here. There we go. And then okay. Melting of snow cones. All right. Actually, let's do a little of this. Damn. I got some fill problems today. All right. Okay. All right. Let's keep going here. Oh, maybe some more of this. And this. Actually, let's try to bring the icy edge of this up a little bit more so it looks, yeah. A little bit icier. Okay, that works. Now some funny eyes. Ugh. Yeah, maybe. Is that worse? Yeah, maybe like that, so he's upside down. Okay. There's fun with snow cones. And what was this? Oh, towels. Fabric softener. I do think this is the second time. Yes. God damn, this is exhausting. Yeah, sorry, it's like 3 in the morning in North America, in English-speaking parts of the world. So catch this on the replay. So let's do some nice towel-y colors. There's one. There's one. And yeah, so kind of a, there we go. And then we'll do just bright yellow for the box. Bright-ish yellow. And that, we'll see what we want to do for that color. All right. And I guess the sheet, like a blue. Oh, this one too. Oh, there we go. There we go. And maybe some marks, orange colored stuff. How about that? Yeah. All right, now I got to figure out a nice way to make this actually look like towels. Let's try some of this first. Some real bad filling today. What's going on here? Was it that? Yeah, must have been. Okay. Oh, that's right. That's on a totally different layer. Right. So wait a minute. But, oh, right. And how about this too? Okay, there we go. Sorry, I didn't have my mask covering everything. And maybe a little here. Okay. Now I need to kind of get the edge of these towels going a little bit. Yeah, they can't be shiny, so to make this work. Hello. Wow, look at how slowly that's drawing. And how badly it's drawn. All right, and we gotta put some shadow here. Okay, does everything look like it's on top of everything else? Kind of. Just want some odd, whoa, lighting on things. Well, something that well, pop culture thing that light keeps going out. I guess Dark Horse finished their run of the Alien 3 script by William Gibson. You know, it's just, I guess, existed on the internet, and someone got the rights to do it, and it's been released. So far, it's been released as a Dark Horse Comics, like a 5-issue Dark Horse Comics series, and an audio drama on Audible with the voices of Michael Biehn and Lance Henriksen. So I'm very curious about that and how that sounds. I listened to a couple of kind of reviews online, and people have, you know, they're very fans of the series, but are very, you know, complimentary, and, you know, with the caveats that, you know, the voice actors are 30 years older than they were when they originally played those roles, so it's going to sound a little different, but it's them, you know, it's not voice sound-alikes or anything, but so the interesting thing is they didn't have, and I guess the reason it didn't happen, or it happened in that weird later form, is they didn't have Sigourney Weaver on board for Alien 3. She wasn't interested for whatever reason, and maybe she's doing Working Girl 2 or something. But oh, come on. So they didn't have her signed on. So the screenplay, because of the success of Aliens, they wanted to move on it. So they had William Gibson write a treatment, or I guess it's a full screenplay that focused on Bishop and Reeks. What's his character's name? The Michael Biehn Colonial Marine character. I can't believe I totally blanked. So Ellen Ripley and Newt are in it, but in a very minor way, and they may have been recast or may have figured out a way to just kind of write them out, or, you know, handle it without those original actors. Oh my God, I can't think of it, but those. So it focuses around Bishop and the Michael Biehn character. Oh my God, I can't believe I can't remember this. Yeah, but anyhow, it's interesting. It's like an interesting take and an interesting, like, you know, alternate reality, like what could have been. And, you know, there was, of course, also the what's his face, the District 9 guy was talking about, until Ridley Scott stepped in and destroyed everything with his garbage Prometheus and Covenant. But yeah, so that's too bad that we're not going to get to see that kind of a retcon version. So that's what this is, and this is from the 80s, so it's more in that time. And so they talk a lot about how, you know, it really feels like that. It has all the same shortcomings of, you know, 80s sci-fi, because it is. And yeah, so I'm curious to both read the comic, and can I do something like this? Sure, I can. There we go. I'll try it again. Yeah, okay. Yes, I'm interested in reading the comic and listening to the audio drama, because I guess, you know, visually it's nice to have the comic book to see kind of what the aliens are looking like, and not just a description. And it's nice to have the audio drama because it's got original characters in it, and they're the main characters. There's additional characters, additional peripheral characters, but it mainly focuses on Riggs. Riggs? Oh, damn, this is horrible. Maybe. Riggs. Maybe. I don't know. But, yeah. And so they have to kind of de-emphasize, or I guess like they keep the family kind of love interest thing going, but because there's no Sigourney Weaver, I don't think it's a heavy thing. It's more about it's more focusing on their, the challenge and their interest in going after the aliens. Oh, let's not do that. I have to remember that trick, though. That works well. All right. So that looks like, we're going to get a nice shiny box. All right. Oh, do the eyes need to be in a weird place, like here? That might be funnier, or at least visually more interesting. Looking through the sheet, I don't know if the sheets are actually that. Yeah, oh, there we go. Okay, so we have some odd towels, and way too big, but yeah, odd towels and some snow cones. Ugh, I have no idea. All right, so it's that time where I'm going to take a quick step away and go grab something from the convenience store. So I will be right back. So you can listen to the jingle in the meantime. All right. Well, here we go. So, convenience store parts. So this week, it is the giant, whoa, can you see that? Giant chocolate cone by our good friends at Gurico. There it is. Beep, boop, boom. So if you remember from last week, possibly, we talked about the company was founded. They do tons of ice cream and snacks and sweets and cookies and things. But their first, their original product was the caramels that I showed you in that nice little retro box. And that was made with glycanol, which was extracted from oysters. And that is why they named the company Gurico, because he liked the sound, the katakana Japanese pronunciation of glycanol. So the whole company became named after that one substance. So these are just kind of the pre-made ice cream cones, but they're pretty awesome. They're all kinds of variations of kind of crunchy stuff and vanilla or caramel or strawberry ice cream, and then some kind of coating and stuff on top. So very easy to eat. I mean, as easy as rapidly melting ice cream is in Japanese summer. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is going to be this might be a little graphic to be eating. I don't know how pleasant it is. But it's not as beautiful, of course, as depicted on the wrapper. But these are the giant cones. So they're a pretty big size and pretty cheap too. But they're a pretty big size ice cream cone. And they're just that factory made ice cream cone with all kinds of versions of chocolate. So just going to take a bite off of this. And often there's a chocolate center. So it's wonderful. But these are the giant cones. And continuing the summer of Japanese ice cream, they're one of the better cheap flavored ice creams. A lot of the times when you see chocolate ice creams, and especially the store brands, the amount of chocolate flavoring is very weak and very weirdly sweet and very light and not very good. But these have a nice strong chocolate. And and like I was saying, Thailand. So Gurico moved there to to save money, they move their manufacturing to Thailand, and they're managed in Singapore, I think. But they're originally the Japanese company, and they use that as a way to expand to Southeast Asia, because I think shipping and tariffs and things between Southeast Asian countries is better than either with China and those countries or with Japan and those countries. So sometimes there can be problems, political problems, and fighting over things that makes it more unpredictable. So them manufacturing in Thailand, I think, gives them a bit of an advantage as far as avoiding, people wanting to penalize Japan for whatever, political reasons that occasionally comes up from time to time. So the top is totally coming off. Oh, and I realized I don't have any tissues. Wonderful. But I haven't gotten to anything interesting yet. And as you can see, the top just kind of comes off. It's one solid piece if you bite it the wrong way. But yeah, they're pretty wonderful. And they also make you'll see in the store something that looks like this. It's much smaller and is those freeze-dried kind of astronaut ice cream versions of this. So it's the same kind of small cone, more of the cake cone, not the sugar cone, or it's a sugar cone, not the cake cone. Tiny little versions of this with a little boom of ice cream in like chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. But it's a freeze-dried ice cream. But it looks very similar in the packaging and everything. It's just it doesn't have to be frozen, kept in the freezer. But those are very much the standard kind of astronaut ice cream style. And I don't think there's not really anything other than the fact that I wanted to eat one of these chocolate ice cream cones, but not anything more exciting about that. They come in a lot of different flavors, and they give you wonderful little instructions about how to unwrap it. So it's very easy. There's big tabs. So as you're working your way down, you got tab and tab and tab. So nothing quite gets in your way. And there's an exciting QR code. So that's about it. And so this is the crunchy chocolate version. I'm trying to see if there's anything. Yep, nothing more exciting. But yes, the giant ice cream cone by Gurico. And there's always a ton of these at the convenience store. So you can choose whatever. But just like any other ice cream, so they're not as convenient as the Papico that we looked at last time. That's just kind of in a plastic tube. This will melt on your hand, and you can drop this and lose it pretty easily. Just like the snow cone we will be writing about later. But anyhow, I still haven't figured out how to do this because ice cream is going to melt while I'm writing the cartoons, so it's a hard thing to do. But let me see if I can find... I can't get to the middle. But I swear, usually the middle has sometimes it's a core of chocolate or something. Wonderful. Just a second. What a mess. What a slub. What a terrible idea for a live stream. Anyhow, the giant cones are wonderful. So check one of those out if you get a chance. And wow, super dark camera still. Hey, there we go. Super dark camera. Yeah, the backlit. I got to get something going on with these curtains. Anyhow, back to drawing and actually writing these cartoons. Boom. All right. So we're back, and I haven't even been listening to myself. Maybe that's why I've been enjoying this so much more. There we go. Yeah, I hope the audio sounds good. Hope it's going out that way. But I now just want to write a couple of these cartoons. Yeah, everything's jacked up there from previous recordings. Oh, this is kind of melt all over. Oh my god. What a mess. Well, it's still running really slow too, the PC. What you doing? Weird. Okay. Text tool. Selecting. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Wow. Sorry. Oh, my computer is losing it. Mm. Wow. It was melting all over the desk, so sorry. My computer is just totally freaking out, so let's just sit and talk. So while the text tool starts working, I think I've got too many fonts or something because, anytime in Premiere or anything where it's like, okay, it's got to access the font library, it just freaks out. And we get this weird wait while it indexes everything. So I'm sure that's part of the wonderful Windows design. Okay, I'll stop eating on mic. That was pretty terrible. But anyhow, wow. So all of that for a large T. That was wonderful. Yeah, it just doesn't know what to do. Select all. Thank you. Okay. The fabric softener was having a strange effect on the towels. Wow, spelled everything wrong. Why don't I? Fabric softener was having a strange effect on the towels. It's pretty straightforward. That was kind of what I had in mind. Was having a strange effect on the towels. Okay, I guess that's as close as we're going to get to what I was thinking. Oh, come on. I don't know how I end up selecting certain odd things. Fabric softener is having a strange effect on the towels, and we're saving, and we're going to the snow cones. Okay, now this is the one that I like the image, but I have no idea where I'm going with that image. Oh, chocolate. So if you see me painting, and it looks like there's a lot of brown paint on the table, it's probably just chocolate. I'm going to have to get a more reasonable ice cream to deal with next time. Yeah, the top of that, I can actually show you real quick. Ooh, the top of that just snaps right off. Look at that. And you're left with this hard thing of ice cream that's kind of fused by the chocolate on the top of it. It's kind of held together, but of course constantly melting. So the only way to deal with it, aside from throw it in the trash, was just eat it. All right. So, snow cones and melting. The unglamorous life of melting snow cones. Yeah, so there was no dignified way to simply melt. Dignified melting. I don't know what I want to do with that, but I do know that I want to put a little dot of white, and I mean a little, and not black, white on here. Maybe one in there too, even smaller. There we go. A little bit more. Shiny art ice parts. Okay. There was no dignified way to simply melt. To be a melting snow cone. There were melting and the end and like a dignified way, but melt with a dignity, yeah. No simple way to double space to melt with dignity. Hello, there we go. There was no simple way to melt with dignity. No easy way, no dignified way. There was no possible way to melt with dignity. So, kind of a death joke. Yeah, I guess this is close. There was no possible. There was no possible way to melt with dignity. Yeah, I think that works. There's no possible way to melt with dignity. And how are we doing here? The fabric softener was having a strange effect on the towels. I think that's it. I think we did it. Well, sorry for the lateness of the stream. Hopefully you can catch us in the archives if you couldn't watch it live. I am sorry for the incredibly late start, but as I was saying, Dropbox is doing something bizarre, just deleting everything, so there was nothing actually to even show you. No files to actually show you without restoring all of them from backup, so it's ridiculous. Why even deal with this, and why are hard drives created that are just constantly dying? And yeah, it's ridiculous. You can't even get a few decent years out of storage. What am I supposed to do? Anyhow. So that is it for this week. So thank you for joining me, and please have a look at everything in the archives. So weeks and weeks and weeks of this live stream, soon to be years in the archive. And thank you very much for the patrons, and I hope that your patronage is worth watching me choke on ice cream. That was wonderful. But your support means so much, and thank you very much for everything that you've made possible. And I will be back again next week, as in every week. And if you'd like to follow this cartoon on Twitter at Abusecartoons, abusecartoons.com is the website. And if you'd like to become a patron and get involved and make this happen even more spectacularly, and longer live streams more often and all that good stuff, patreon.com/abusecartoons, and also gocomics.com/domesticabuse for the weekly, double weekly, twice a week cartoon sent to your inbox, along with thousands of others in their subscription service. So thank you so much, and I will see you again. Goodbye.